Hey y'all, it is a beautiful day on the Appalachian Trail. I don't know what day it is, but it's a beautiful day. Stayed in the shelter last night. I want to say it was the Whiskey Hollow shelter. So if anyone's tracking me, that's where I stayed last night. I am, or at mile marker 987.3, 4.4. I can't rob myself of that. It was a really nice shelter, really nice. Good fellowship there, nice people. And the shelters are getting more and more populated as like life is getting turned back on. So that's okay. But this was really nice. It was a brand new shelter, and it was really nice. Like the floor in it was varnished. We're like, what the heck? But it was nice. I got into the shelter. Got the shoes off my feet as fast as possible. I'm just going to give you my priorities of work when I get to a shelter. So I get to a shelter or a campsite, and the first thing I do is get my shoes off my feet. And then I get into some sandals. And then I grab some water from the water source, whatever that is, wherever it is. It's usually just a stream. And spider web is in my eye. There we go. And then I lay out my bedding. Unless I'm camping, then I lay out my tent, put my tent up, and then lay out my bedding. And then from there, as I'm pulling out all my bedding stuff, my food is on top of that. So I pull out my food and get that prepped. And then once my bedding is done, then I start cooking. So those are my priorities of work. And so just like in the Army, if you stop somewhere, you have priorities of work, security, number one, that kind of thing. So anyway, there was a kid there. I mean, he was in his 20s. I say kid, but he was in his 20s. He was an adult. And he was doing math on his food because that's what you do every day. You're like, ooh, my pack weighs 1 or 2 meals lighter. Woo! Oh, and then you calculate how many meals you have left. And his meals did not add up to his resupply. So, and at this point I had already put my meals away. But I told him in the morning I would, I'd let him go through my stuff and see what he wants. And I told him what I had, and he's like, oh yeah, I could go for some of that. Thank you so much. Well, I got up early because I get up earlier than everybody else, and I eat my breakfast and I move out. He wasn't awake yet, so I just left a bunch of food. I calculated out what I needed to get to Harper's Ferry, and then I just put the rest on the table neatly, and then someone else woke up as I was about to leave. And I said, hey, just let that guy know. So hopefully, I'm sure that guy woke up this morning and was like, oh man, he already left? Dang it. And was thinking about food. So hopefully he'll have a nice surprise. And that'll be that. I'm going to go over the 1,000-mile mark today, which is really cool. And then I'm going to do the roller coasters today. It's 13 peaks, and it's just up and down, up and down, up and down. There's a water source at the bottom of every one of them. And people make it out like it's this really big deal. Oh my God, the roller coasters. But it's like anything else in life. Just put one foot in front of the other, you'll get there. I'll do a peak, and then I'll have some water and take a break. And do a peak and have some water and take a break. And I'll just keep doing that until I'm done. Yeah, that's the plan. I feel good. My left Achilles, the one that I had surgery on, is a little tight. And I find that it's a little tight after days where I do greater than about 27 miles. It's tight in the morning, but I just stretch it out, get to moving, and everything's fine. And my choices are go forward or stop. I mean, those are really my choices. So I'll just go forward. Man, that spider web is in my eye. Oh, I think it was actually a spider. Which I was thinking about that the other day. Like when a gnat gets in your eye and it like gets in your eye and then it, you can't get it out. And like, does your body kind of dissolve that fly and then you have a little bit of fly DNA? I don't know. It's kind of creepy, but those are the things you think about on the trail. let's see. Oh, as always, please share my videos on social media. No donation is too small. No kid deserves cancer. None. Not a single one. I know some adults who are real douchebags who, you hear oh, you got cancer. Oh, ooh, that's sorry. And then you walk away like, oh, you had to come in. And I know that sounds really horrible, but I'm only saying what everybody's thought. And I think this trail is going to open up into this nice pasture here in a moment, but it's all foggy today, which is nice. I don't want to sound like I'm like, oh, it's foggy. It's nice. It's very pretty. Oh, look, I don't know if you can see that little rabbit. He's just running down the trail. All right. Okay. But I'm trying to make these, my morning videos a little bit shorter. So to sum up, feeling great. No kid deserves cancer. No donation is too small. Shelter was awesome. Gave somebody some food. And I'm looking forward to getting to Harper's Ferry. Yeah. So I tell you guys all the time, like I twist my ankles all the time, and I twist them and I keep walking, and I have rubber ankles, which is true. Today, I twisted my ankle and on nothing, it wasn't even bad terrain. I just hit a rock and I twisted so bad that it dropped me. Boom, right to my ass. Boom. And I sat there for about 15 seconds, like, what just happened? I got up, limped around for about, 10 meters, and then, lo and behold, everything was good. Check this out, the clouds are coming right through. How can you have a bad day when you just have this going on? And that's just crazy. All right, but I'm gonna get back to hiking. And if I see something really cool, I'll make sure to video. All right, love you guys. Bye. So as it's been established many times, I'm a dumbass. I did not take a photo of me entering the roller coaster. There's a sign that says, "Warning hikers, you're about to enter the roller coaster." And it says something else, "Have fun." And did I get a photo of me next to that sign? No, I didn't. But I don't know exactly what the roller coaster is. I've been told that it's 3 peaks. I've been told that it's as many as 13. And during my break time, when I can probably look it up online, I will be in lowland, so I won't have any service. And I'm not going to use any of my up high time where I do have service, because it's not my break time. And I try to be very, very strict about that, checking the map just once, an hour. And that's it. If I have service, then I'll probably spend like an extra 2 minutes goofing off. But other than that, I don't mess around with it. Because then you'll just get caught in like, oh, let me check the map. It's been 15 minutes. Oh, wait, let me check the map. It's been, 10 minutes. Am I there yet? Am I there yet? Am I there yet? So I just kind of stay real disciplined in that regard. But I didn't get a photo. If it's 3 peaks, then I'm 1/3 of the way done with it. If it's 13 peaks, then I'm not. But even looking at the map, the 13 peaks that somebody pointed out to me, not all of them were peaks. Some of them were just kind of little bumps, quite honestly. And the first peak wasn't that bad. Excuse me. It wasn't bad at all. It was up. But before I knew it, and it was one of those things where my hour water break happened on the way up. And so I got to actually check where I was on the mountain, the peak, whatever you want to call it, on the ascent. And I had just entered it, and I had just been going up, and it was my water break time and my map check time, and I checked it, and I was like, wow, I'm already halfway done with this thing. So it wasn't bad. It was steep. I broke a sweat. I broke a sweat like a champ. I prefer that there only be 3 and not 13. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, there are ups and downs for the rest of the, I don't know, I'm assuming until Katahdin. So you can call them whatever you want. And you can number them however you want. They still got to get done. You know, which is really a funny thing because, like, people are like, ooh, you got the roller coaster coming up. So, you can call it whatever you want. I still got to get it done. Nothing changes that. You know, your 9 to 5 is still your 9 to 5. In scuba school, which, is there someone behind me? No. Well, I mean, there are plenty of people behind me, but, so in scuba school, part of scuba school, and for the record, scuba school was the only school in the Army that I did not finish. Single tier. And it took me a long time to get over that. But part of scuba school is a 9-mile run. And it's at, I want to say it's at some ungodly slow pace. And it's a structured pace. You know what I mean? It's not hard. It's just tedious, right? I would never run that slow in my life. Or I hope I'd never run that slow in my life. But I'm in scuba school, and in pre-scuba school, you have to do that same run. And I totally smoked pre-scuba school, by the way. But I just had a bad day on scuba school, and that's just how it is, man. There's no rhyme or reason. I actually had more dive certifications than most of the instructors there, and they knew it. And nobody was out to get me. I had a bad day. I was the one who failed. And for years, I was like, oh, man, it was not my fault, but it was my fault. Anyway, so, like, one guy in school, in the scuba school, he said, I wonder how long the 9-mile run's going to be. I said, well, 9 miles. It's called the 9-mile run. So, and then he just kind of laughed. We both kind of laughed at the stupidity of ourselves, you know, because we were taking ourselves way too seriously anyway. But it's kind of like out here where, you know, oh, you got the roller coaster coming up. Okay, I got the roller coaster coming up. Sure. You can call it whatever you want. It's just geography between Springer and Katahdin. That's all the Appalachian Trail is geography between Springer and Katahdin. And everybody is a section hiker until you finish. There are some really cool people I've met along the way so far, and I hope to meet a bunch more cool people. And it's a great experience. I'm having a great time. But let's keep it in perspective. I'm just walking. All right, that's my take on the roller coaster. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. So beautiful, just so peaceful to walk through and just listen to such great natural sounds. I'm just floored every day that I get to be here. Hey friends, I just went over the 1,000 mile mark, just a couple miles back, and it feels pretty good, gotta tell you. It's nice. And I'm going down. The roller coaster is still going on. I got a couple more ups and downs, and I had a chance to look it up, and the roller coaster is not defined by a number of set up and downs, as some people think. It is defined by an area, a gap of from one gap to another, or from one road to another. So it's 12.5 miles, and it's maintained by one group, and so they call it the roller coaster because it just goes up and down, and that's all it really does. It goes up and down. I'm on a down. There's a water source at every down at the base of it, and then you go up. Excuse me. My mandatory 4-hour, 30-minute break That's what I'm burping up right now. Some peanut butter tortillas. I think I need to add some honey. So I think I'm going to change that up a little bit. When I resupply, I'm going to get a bottle of honey. Of course, I'll put it in some type of container that it's able to spill in, and then I'll be all right. But the roller coasters are coming along nicely. I will tell you, my headphones don't work anymore. My phone doesn't recognize them. So probably just too much sweat, too much moisture, too much whatever. They don't work anymore. But I ordered some Bluetooth headphones, some sports ones, some water resistant ones. I think they're Jaybirds. And so I'm going to pick those up at the post office here at Harper's Ferry. So I got some stuff coming. So now, though, I'm playing music and it's, loud, which I don't really like because I think it takes away from other people's experience. But there's really not that many people out here, so they'll get over it. But I got to tell you, going uphill on my uphill playlist, some of my songs aren't good. And I immediately delete them once I realize I'm going uphill and this song's not cutting the mustard, right? But I will tell you, if you haven't visited Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, Good Vibration, in a while, give it a listen. It's a really good song. It is a really good song. It's a good song for working out. It's a good song for going up. I'm sure it's a good song for running. And what I'm finding is really kind of slow, grungy Metallica, Sad But True, has that real good beat that is good for going up. And then funk. So you wouldn't think that Marky Mark is funk, but when you start listening to the music, it is. It's funk. It is. James Brown, Suspicious Minds by Satisfy Me by Elvis Presley. Yeah, that's it. Great song. Let's see. I can't remember the name of the band. It's Cut the Cake. I want to say it's by the All White Band or something. It's some 70s band, but it's a really good song. But again, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Check them out. And on top of that, it's a guilty little pleasure. How many people around my age know who Marky Mark is? And, you give it a listen and you're like, oh, yeah, this is good. So don't discount it. Go back and visit it. I'm rolling along in the roller coaster. I think I'm in West Virginia now, but I'm not sure. I'm either skirting the border from Virginia to West Virginia, or I'm in West Virginia proper. But the truth is, I don't know. I'll be in Harper's Ferry tomorrow. That's all I'm really aware of. So I suppose I could get to Harper's Ferry tonight if I pushed it. But if I did, then I'd probably go to the post office, get my stuff, and then go, I don't need to take a break. So we'll see. I'm also going to stop by I think I already said this, stop by the conservatory and see if they'll give me a tag and recognize me. We'll see. If they do, that's great. If they don't, I don't care. I don't need somebody's validation to tell me that I did this. So if anyone questions it, I'll say, just ask my subscribers. They watched. What up? So, yeah, that's about it. I'm going to go now because I'm about to go down some really rocky stuff, and I really need to pay attention to my ankles and where I put them. So we'll talk to you guys later. Again, 1,000 miles. Feels good. Water everywhere once you're out of the Shenandoah. So I went to stop off at a little hostel to get a little something to eat. COVID. Closed. COVID. Buh. So stupid. So I guess I'm just going to keep on driving on, and I'll figure out the rest of my day, and I'll land somewhere, whether I stealth camp, or stay in a shelter. I don't really care. It'll all work out. But till tomorrow, you guys have a good one.